Today, we're going to dive into something that every cat owner knows all too well. The hilarious gap between our expectations and reality when it comes to living with these mysterious, magnificent creatures. If you're thinking about getting a cat or you're already sharing your home with one, this video is going to feel a little like a personal attack, but please, it's in the best way possible. Let's start with that magical moment when you first decide to get a cat. You know what I'm talking about, that perfect Hallmark movie scene playing in your head. You're lounging around in your favorite chair, sipping tea by a sunlit window, while your elegant feline companion perches gracefully nearby, looking like they just stepped out of a Renaissance painting. Oh, how naive we all were. First up, the adoption scene. In your head, it's going to be this beautiful, destiny-filled moment. You walk into a shelter, lock eyes with the perfect kitten, and boom, instant connection. Angels start singing, sparkles start flying, and you've found your soulmate. But here's what's actually happening. You enter the shelter, and that adorable kitten you spotted online is either doing his best ninja warrior impression on the cage walls, hiding in the deepest, darkest corner, or giving you a look that says, clearly, "Human, how dare you interrupt my 7th nap of the day?" And then comes your first night together. Remember those sweet dreams that you had about your new pet curling up at the foot of your bed, purring softly as you both drift off to sleep? Well, surprise. What you actually get is what I like to call the midnight marathon. Your new furry friend apparently thinks 3 a.m. is the perfect time to test out your home's acoustics, practicing their parkour skills and conducting a full inventory of everything that can be knocked off the shelves. Let's talk about cuddles, the number one reason many of us get cats in the first place. You imagine having this always available snuggle buddy who can't wait to curl up in your lap and shower you with affection. The reality, cats are basically freelance cuddlers with very strict boundaries and zero regard for your schedule. They'll ignore you for hours while you desperately try to entice them with toys and treats, only to demand attention the exact moment you join an important Zoom call or finally sit down to eat your dinner. Speaking of eating, oh boy, prepare yourself for this one. You think feeding a cat is simple? Buy food, put food in bowl, cats eat food. Wrong. Cats are essentially tiny food critics with the pickiness of a 3-star Michelin chef. You'll spend a small fortune finding their preferred brand and flavor, only for them to decide one day that they no longer recognize this food that they've been happily eating for the past 6 months. And don't even think about being 5 minutes late for their meal. They have an internal clock that would put Swiss watchmakers to shame. Now, let's discuss the litter box, that mysterious portal of endless cleaning that nobody warned you about. You probably thought, how bad can it be? Just scoop up once a day, right? Oh, sweet summer child, welcome to the world of litter box politics, where your cat has very specific opinions about everything from litter depth to box location. And let's not forget their post-bathroom celebration rituals, where they kick litter all around just like they're trying to dig to China. You'll find yourself buying a vacuum cleaner specifically for litter duty, and you'll still somehow find granules in rooms that your cat never has even entered. Playtime is another expectation versus reality goldmine. You imagine graceful leaps and gentle batting at toys. Instead, you get a creature who completely ignores the expensive cat tree that you bought and becomes obsessively attached to a crumpled piece of old shoelace. They'll turn your living room into an obstacle course, using your furniture as a launching pad for acrobatic feats that defy both gravity and logic. Let's tackle grooming. Cats clean themselves, they said. It'll be easy, they said. Well, they conveniently forgot to mention the fur tumbleweeds that will roll across your floors like you're living in a feline version of the Wild West. You'll find cat hair in your food, in your mouth, and somehow in sealed containers that haven't been opened since before you got your cat. Lint rollers will become your most essential household item, and you'll buy them in bulk like they're going out of production. And here's something they definitely didn't tell you about: hairballs. Oh yes, those lovely little surprises that you find at 2 a.m. when you're walking barefoot to the kitchen. You'll become an expert at identifying that distinctive pre-hairball sound that cats make, and you'll develop Olympic-worthy sprint skills as you try to move them from the carpet to the tile floor before the big moment. And you'll develop Olympic-worthy sprinting skills as you try to move them from the carpet to the tile floor before the big moment. Speaking of grooming disasters, let's talk about bath time. If you ever need to give your cat a bath, maybe they got into something sticky, or maybe they're a hairless breed that needs regular baths. Either way, prepare yourself for a scene that belongs in an action movie. Your sweet, loving pet transforms into a water-powered acrobat with sudden supernatural strength. You'll end up wetter than they are, and they'll give you the silent treatment for at least 2 days afterwards. And don't get me started on nail trimming. What should be a simple grooming task turns into an Olympic-worthy wrestling match that leaves both you and your cat questioning life choices. You'll need the patience of a saint, the precision of a surgeon, and possibly a hazmat suit. The real fun begins when you're trying to find the last untrimmed nail on that black cat with black nails. It's like trying to solve a puzzle while riding a mechanical bull. But perhaps the most unexpected reality of cat ownership is how they completely redesign your home without your permission. Those lovely curtains you bought, huh? Well, they're now climbing ropes. Well, that expensive couch, it's a scratching post. Your desk, an observation tower. And somehow, they'll make you feel guilty for trying to work at your own desk when they've clearly claimed it as their royal throne. And let's discuss the mysterious phenomenon of the cat trap. Any new box, bag, or container that enters your home immediately becomes cat property. You could buy the most luxurious cat bed on the market, but your cat will prefer the Amazon box that it came in. It's like they have a sixth sense for cardboard or paper bags. The moment you try to recycle that old box, suddenly it's their most precious possession. And how dare you even think about throwing it away? But here's the thing about cat ownership that nobody tells you. Among all this chaos and unpredictability, something magical happens. Despite their quirks, or maybe because of them, these independent little souls have a way of working themselves deep into your heart. It's in these tiny moments, the soft headbutts when you're feeling down, the gentle purrs that seem to sync with your heartbeat, those slow blinks that cat behaviorists call kitty kisses. They might not be the perfect, graceful creatures that we've imagined, but there's something better. They're real, they're genuine, and they make our lives infinitely more interesting. Sure, they'll test your patience, destroy your furniture, and make you question your sanity, but they'll also fill your days with love, laughter, and countless moments worthy of capturing on camera. And let's not forget about their uncanny ability to know exactly when you need them most. Had a rough day at work? Somehow they sense it and dial down the chaos just enough to be the perfect companion. Feeling a bit under the weather? They'll appoint themselves as your personal nurse, rarely leaving your side, though they might still knock your glass of water over while you're sleeping. So to all you future cat parents out there, keep your expectations realistic and your sense of humor ready. And to all you current cat owners nodding along with this video, we see you, we understand you, and we know exactly how many lint rollers you have stashed around your house. We know about that drawer full of abandoned cat toys that your cat is deemed unworthy. We understand why you have 5 different types of cat food in your cupboard, just in case. And yes, we too have furniture arranged specifically to prevent 3 a.m. parkour sessions. Remember, the reality of cat ownership might not match your expectations, But it's an adventure worth taking, because at the end of the day, life is just better with a cat. Even if that cat is currently knocking your coffee mug off the table while maintaining direct eye contact with you. So embrace the chaos, stock up on the lint rollers, and never leave a full glass unattended. It's time for today's viewer poll. This is where you get a chance to share your opinions and your experiences with others here in the Club Catitude community. Today's question is, what was your biggest surprise in your experiences with raising cats? Drop down in the comments section below and share yours, funny or frustrating. We'd love to hear them. If you've never raised a newborn kitten but would like to, watch this next video for some important advice that you might not get elsewhere. And I'll see you there.